how to cut cords with someone we have separated from. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Matters That Matter. I'm Simran, and I'm in a conversation with my mentor, Susie Singh. So, Susie, in the last episode, we spoke about if casual sex creates karma. And you mentioned that when we engage with someone in that capacity, we indulge in energetic exchange. You also mentioned that this kind of exchange can create cords with them. And after the episode, we got a lot of questions about how one can go about cutting these cords.
Whenever two individuals experience strong feelings, it creates an energetic connection between them. These feelings could be positive or destructive. Clairvoyants can see this connection as an invisible cord of varying strength, textures, colors, etc., connecting the two people. The cord can be a thin white thread, a very delicate cord, or it could be a dark, thick rope. The material can be anything from flimsy to silky or rough. Colors can vary too. Usually, loving cords are lighter and brighter, while harmful or destructive cords are dark, dense, and may even be deformed. Some people report seeing snakes twined around each other. Thought cords plug into the head, love cords into the heart, power cords attach at the solar plexus, and sexual cords at the sacral center. Codependency cords would attach at the root and may entangle or tie up your legs too. They can prevent you from moving on and you may feel stuck. Cord cutting is recommended when a relationship ends and you don't want any further entanglement or meeting with each other. Ideally, when there is a breakup in a romantic or intimate relationship, cords must be cut to stop the flow of energy being leaked between the two people who were involved. If this is not done, every time one person thinks of the other, there could be an energetic flow or leakage of energy flowing from you to that individual. This can be exhausting for you as you begin to lose energy. If you are the host with a higher vibrational frequency, the energy will flow automatically from you to the other person. Cords can also be present at the back of your body. So it's very important to scan the body not merely in the front, but also at the back, 360 degrees when you go through the process of cutting cords. The first most important step is to work through all of your emotional entanglements before you begin the process of physically cutting the cords. This is really important. If you do not do this, the cords will automatically renew themselves each time you cut them. Most people are not aware of this fact, and most of the information you will receive on the internet will not tell you about this, which is why your cord cutting effects may not be permanent or not give you the desired results. It is this aspect that therefore places great importance on forgiveness and setting the other person free to let go in peace without any desire for revenge or hatred. If you cannot feel neutral, if you're still feeling strong feelings about the person, then it's important that you first process your destructive or difficult emotions. You can watch my video on the channel to learn how to process your difficult feelings and understand how to go through this. Once you feel neutral and composed towards the other person, you can then gently close your eyes and call upon the person's soul to lovingly present themselves before you for a closing conversation. Imagine calling out to them and then bring their image to your mind's eye. Now, say the following sentences. I wish to have a loving conversation with, and take the person's name. So you could say, I wish to have a loving conversation with Anita. The second sentence is, I request the soul of Anita to be present here now. Once you sense that the presence of the other individual has appeared, you can begin the process of scanning for the chords. Mentally scan the front of your bodies to get a sense of where you sense the chords are attached in the front. Get a sense of how thick they are. Observe their texture, color, thickness. Different people have different ways of scanning. Some people are more visual and they actually see the chords, but you don't need to be clairvoyant for this scanning exercise. You can simply sense where the chords are. Trust your intuition, whatever it brings up. Do not second guess. It's always your first understanding that is the correct understanding. Then ask yourself and determine what kind of instrument can effectively sever or cut the chords that you sense. A thin cord can easily be cut with a scissor, but a thick, sticky cord may require a different kind of instrument. The selection of your instrument will depend upon the quality of the chords that you sense. When you're scanning your body, remember to look at your back too and scan that part of the body too before you decide on the instrument. If you're unable to decide what kind of instrument to use, it's always useful to decide upon using a white laser sword. Use the sword to cut through all the chords front and back. Once that is done, remember to burn the ends of the chords on both sides, the ones attached to your body and the ones attached to the other person's body. It's very important that you remember to burn the ends of the chords or they will grow back again. Once the chords have been cut, thank them for joining you and say the following prayer of gratitude. Thank you for being with me. My lessons have been learned. My redemption of past dues is now complete. I set you free in peace and love. May you find great happiness. I bless you. I thank you. Goodbye. I set you free. Then visually and mentally place the other in a white bubble of light and see them floating away into the sky. Clap your hands loudly to produce a discernible sound as you do this. Bless them again and thank them for honoring your wish to go separate ways. Cord cutting is only recommended when you know that your karmic redemption is complete. It is not recommended in core soul groups such as your parents, your siblings, or your children, because these are your blood relations and you have lifelong karma with them. And until you can reach a point of peace with them, you should not cut cords. It may be used in romantic relationships, friendships, non-core relationships with distant relatives, acquaintances, workplace relationships, ex-bosses, colleagues, ex-partners, workers, etc. It is also important to get rid of all material that the ex-partner or the people you're cutting cords with have given to you. All promises in the future should be cancelled. In your mind, the relationship should have ended, and you should be able to, at an emotional level, let them go peacefully. That completes the cord cutting process.
Susie, you mentioned that all interactions should be stopped and all promises in the future should be cancelled. But someone might be in a situation, for example, they are co-parenting with an ex-partner where they have to meet the person and interact with the person. Can they still do a cord cutting session and let go of the emotional entanglements?
I think that's a valid question. What we have dissolved or let go of are promises of a romance in the future, of common dreams in the future. But any practical interaction for co-parenting is perfectly fine. The whole idea is to be able to reach a neutral point in the relationship with no further desire to be together, but commitment to responsibilities can be shared. The key objective of cutting cords is to stop the energy vampiring and to disconnect emotionally from each other.
So, Susie, how can one know that the cord has been released? Is it released by following this process once, or do we need to repeat it?
The cords may need to be cut more than one time. You can check whether the cords have been effectively severed or not by sensing if you are peaceful about the other individual, or actually if you're not thinking about them. If, however, you have uncomfortable dreams, disturbing thoughts, or disturbing emotions, then the cords have not been cut properly and the process should be repeated.
That was very insightful. Thank you so much, Susie. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.